popular choose-your-own-adventure style game. What might have not stuck with most players at first is the game is called Henry Stickmin, not Stickman. Puffballs decided on the unique spelling mainly because Stickman comes off as boring and generic, and Stickmin leaves a better impact. The name Henry has an even deeper history, being a name Puffballs used a lot throughout his work, being very common in RGP Maker projects he made when he was younger. Henry Stickmin became well known for its large amount of pop culture references, ranging from Dragon Ball Z, Ace Attorney, Metroid, and more. However, Puffball's favorite reference he was able to implement was the JoJo scene in completing a mission. Puffball spent a lot of time on trying to make it feel as authentic as possible, as he is a big fan of the show and wanted to do it justice. Puffballs is another developer that got their small start on Newgrounds, and now they've made a game that has literally been played by over 500 million people with Among Us. One of the most notable faces from Newgrounds is Edmund McMillan, creator of Meat Boy and Binding of Isaac. Meat Boy actually started as a prototype platformer that focused on vertical levels rather than horizontal, called Vertigo, coded by Jonathan McGinty. Before tackling art assets, Edmund used a red cube as a placeholder, but the simple cube started to grow on him, so he decided to use it as a base. Edmund originally wanted to revisit a concept of a character called the Meat Ninja, and the first design was a cubed human being turned inside out. This inside-out body had a skeleton on the outside and wore an additional black hood. Over time, the design was simplified to help with readability, resulting in the character Meat Boy in the original Flash version of the game. Meat Boy would go on to be one of the most defining games for Newgrounds over time, and would be followed up with a sequel developed by the newly founded Team Meat under the name Super Meat Boy, released across digital services on console and PC. Edmund's main inspiration for the Meat Boy series has always been the Mario franchise, and he was even starting to reach a similar level of prestige to the plumber. The shortened acronym for Super Meat Boy is even a slight nod, literally SMB, just like Super Mario Bros. Seeing a console release, Meat Boy's design would be adjusted yet again to help with the cutscene animation, and to be even more welcoming to a wider audience. The skeleton on the outside of Meat Boy was removed, with the character being presented more as a piece of meat this time around rather than being a kid without skin. Super Meat Boy was a roaring success, known for its difficult yet approachable level design. It became so popular, in fact, that PETA made its own parody in the same style as the original Flash game called Super Tofu Boy. Tofu Boy's mission was to stop the evil Meat Boy from his bloody rage in an attempt to save Bandage Girl from his clutches.